I'm Sai. Today I'm going to discuss a few basic Linux commands which are important for file navigation and systems. To start with, I'm going to start with which command. Touch command. Touch command helps us create new files. For example, when I say notes.txt, a text file has been created with the name notes on it. Similarly, you can also add multiple files at the same time by typing notes2.txt and .moon.py. Now, 4 other files have been created: one text file, 2 C files, and 1 Python file. On the other hand, there is rm command, which is quite opposite to touch command. Rm command removes the file which you mentioned. For example, I don't want this notes2.txt. I could just remove it, and it just asks whether if I want to remove it or not. Since I want to remove it, I would just type yes, and the file has been deleted. And there is next command called ls. ls command displays all the files present in the working directory. As you can see, all the files which are present in the directory I am working on have been displayed. To know which directory you are working on, here comes the next Linux command, which is pwd. Pwd stands for present working directory, and it displays the directory which you are currently working on. As this number is similar to the one above, which is showing the directory name which I am working on. The next Linux command is mkdir. Mkdir helps us to create directories. Directories here are nothing but folders. If I could give some any other names like code, and mkdir has been created. Similarly, I could just create another folder name mkdir temporary. Sorry, my net is a bit slow. Now temporary mkdir has also been directory has also been created. Similarly, there is rmdir, which is removing directory, and functions quite opposite to make directory. It removes the directory of whose name we mention. You can see, as soon as I type this, the temporary directory has been deleted. Here comes the next command. Now let's say I want this sun and moon file into this code folder. What I can do here, could just simply here comes the next command, move. What move command does is, let's say I want this moonsieve.file in the code. So just give the file name and the folder you want to move into. Now you can see the mode folder has been shifted into the code move file, sorry. And similarly, I can shift the run file into the moon code folder also. Now the sun file is also in the code folder. Now the next command is cd. cd stands for change directory. As the name mentions, cd changes the directories from one to another. If you want to go to code folder, you can simply type code cd and code. Now you are inside this code folder as shown here. Now when you type ls, only the files which are inside the course folder will be shown, because course is the present working directory now. The next command is echo. Echo displays whatever the information we are typing. Let's say information, and it would display it again. Now suppose if I want something inside the sun folder without even opening it, I could just type whatever I want. And I could just place an arrow mark. After placing an arrow mark, I'll write the file name. When I do this entire information will be shifted into sun. This is one application of echo. For example, if you want to add something else on them, you can add it. But what you need to do is, instead of one arrow, you need to take two arrows. From second line onwards, you need to add two arrows mandate, compulsory. Otherwise, what would happen is the entire information present at the file would be just replaced with the text which you have written. So when I write sun.c, something else has been mentioned there. When I say echo here again, and I forgot to mention one arrow, what would happen is the entire information will be replaced with the new string which you have mentioned. Similarly, if you want this sun input, whatever information in the sun into the moon, here comes the next line command cp. cp stands for copy and paste. As you are very familiar with it, what you need to do is, you need to write the file name which you want to copy and the file name which you want to copy to the will be written next to the file name which you want to copy, and you mention the cp command before. Now what will happen is, it would ask to overwrite mode. What that does mean is, whatever information which present in the moon would be just deleted permanently, and the sun information would be shifted into it. Now I can write yes, and it is overwritten now. I have the same information in the moon too. Now my terminal seems to be a bit messy. Here comes the next Linux command called clear. Clear just deletes the entire terminal history and makes it a bit easier for you to access anytime you want. The next Linux command is wc. wc stands for word count. Let's say I write something like 1, 2, 3 wc. What will happen is, 3 numbers will be shown. If you are wondering what these 3 numbers are, the first number is the number of sentences consumed by this string, which is 1 sentence, and the number of words, of course, it's 3. And what does the third number describe mean? It describes the number of bytes consumed by this string. Here each character consumes of 1 byte per character. As there are here phrases are also included as a kind of characters. So if you add everything up, you'll sum it up to 14. And here comes the last command, which command shows where the particular information has been stored in terms of folder address. This folder address can also be defined as path. Let's say I want where the ls file has been stored. All I could do is simply write which and ls. It would show me a path which is the address through folder. Here it is first stored in user, on which from user it is stored in binary. On the binary folder it is stored in ls. This is how which command works. That's all for today. Thank you. I know my voice is a bit bad.